Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Session two right here. So, like I said, that track is fire. The track is called Tuyo. And let's go into what the thought process was behind the song, what it means. Now, it's in Spanish. So, for those who don't know Spanish, well, first of all, let's go into the thought process. What was your
Sure.
thought process behind the song?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the name of the band's in English. We're primarily an English band, and we had like a handful of songs that I had written in Spanish, and we're just like, you want to just put these out, and we put them out, and we got a really nice response from anytime we perform it live. People really, give very positive feedback to these songs. So we decided to record it. Tuyo, which actually means yours in English. Tuyo is a song that I originally started writing for a girl I was dating. And I just wanted to like tell her, hey, my heart is yours and whatnot.
Right.
When I presented the song to, or what I had, the bit I had written of the song, when I had presented it to her, she being Christian herself tells me, this song sounds more like a song for God, not for a girl. Which then kind of like I changed mindset and I said, you know what? Let me rewrite this song in a way for God,
Yes.
and it became this song about someone who's messed up so bad that they feel like God wants nothing to do with them,
Right.
or someone that doesn't have anything to offer this great God, and coming out in the chorus and saying, all I can give you is my heart
Right.
and my will, and that's the thought process behind the song. That He's willing to forgive and He loves us, and there's nothing too bad or too big that we can do in regards to messing up that will kind of turn Him off to us, and that's what the song is really about.
Okay. Um, so the chorus, you want to say what the chorus is in Spanish and English?
Yeah.
Well, somebody say it in Spanish and then somebody say it in English.
All right. Who knows the
I
lyrics?
think.
Julian's gonna say it in Spanish. Not kidding.
You can say it in Spanish.
Uh,
If you want to
okay.
say it in English.
So the Spanish lyrics are "Mi corazón tuyo es, mi corazón tuyo es," and then it says "Mi voluntad tuya es, mi voluntad tuya es," and then it repeats "Mi corazón tuyo es, mi corazón tuyo es mi amor, mi Dios, mi rey."
For the English,
English.
it's my heart is yours. My heart is yours. My will is yours. My will is yours. Again, it repeats itself. My heart is yours. My heart is yours. Uh, Tuyo es.
It is all yours. I
It's
guess.
all yours.
Yeah.
My heart, my
No, my love,
love,
my God,
my God,
and
my King.
That's it right there.
Yes. I tried to translate it real quick, but
Yeah, we won't
apparently it didn't work out.
We won't be singing that in English anytime soon.
Yeah.
I would say let's stick to the Spanish. Let's stick to the Spanish. So, the song, is this like a prelude to an EP coming out, an album coming out, or is this just you like a lot of people just like to drop singles once in a while? Is this something leading into something else? Album, EP?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely in the works. I would say maybe not an album, but like an EP sort of.
Yeah,
Okay.
Um, I can proudly say that from the EP, I'm done with all the drum tracks, so
Okay.
which is ready to get
Yeah.
that rolled out there.
All right. All
It's
right.
it's in the makings. It's up and coming soon, so it's just great.
Yeah.
Now we love exclusives. Love exclusives. All right, we love them. Okay. Do you have a name for the album?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. This is for you guys. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
The name of the album is Igual que Ayer. Igual que Ayer, which means the same as yesterday.
That's what I'm talking about. See, we got it, guys. We did it. I did it for you. All right. Do you have any other songs that we can look forward to? And I know you just dropped Tuyo. I know you just dropped it. But again, we like exclusives. We like a little extra. So is there anything else in the making, like almost ready to come out? And
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say that Tuyo, when you hear it, it sounds like a love song ballad. But what's funny that the rest of the album it sounds like straight up rock, like a bunch of hard
Yes.
distorted guitars and cool like rock drum beats. So it's funny that that's the single, but the rest of the album is not sounding like Tuyo.
In terms of like, are we throwing something else out there? I think we're just gonna close shop for now until like the full EP's out.
okay,
you-
that's cool.
So
That's
it was like
cool.
the last single that we released.
You wanna be secretive, okay? You wanna
Yeah.
you want
We already have 2 singles from that album out.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Después de la Tormenta, which came out a while back,
right?
honestly.
Okay.
and then Tuyo was the second one, and now, like he said, we're releasing the EP.
Okay.
Next, yeah.
All right. All right. Where can they purchase the songs right now?
Everywhere.
So all major platforms,
All major
iTunes,
platforms.
Apple. I mean, Spotify. They can stream it and all
Amazon
that kind of
Music,
stuff,
I
right?
believe.
Okay.
Whatever you fancy.
There you go. Okay. What are some of the, whether it's a single artist, whether it's a worship band, whatever, what are some of the influences individually with your instruments or what you do, and then as a group, some of the influences where you're like, you know what, we want to aspire to be that type of impact. So individually, you know, having to do with
Great
your instrument or whatever you do in the band, like who was your inspiration? We'll start up.
All right. I would say individually, if I could be honest, I listen to secular music to
Hey,
kind of inspire me to
That's
go.
what it is, man. That's what it is.
And even though we're a rock band, I would just take maybe like a little part of that song and I'll just implement it into my drumming. And it's like for example, like Drake, the song Passion Fruit. I will grab something from Passion Fruit and just throw it in there to make it a little rockish, and it just works out that way.
Mhm.
But I would say my main focus, I get it a lot from Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon drummer, he's an amazing guy. You just hear that guy, and I just inspired to be like him.
Okay.
Nathan,
All right. There you go.
awesome.
Okay. Pass it on down.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I really don't really listen to a lot of Christian music. I listen to mostly secular because there's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of
That
art.
sounded so wrong.
art.
I know, right? Listen, it's all good.
No, it's all right. No,
Right.
I just-
No, well, I listen. Well, yeah, I listen mostly to a lot of secular. Only the reason why because I feel like it's more art and more creativity put into that type of music.
yeah, absolutely.
More than Christian.
Okay.
Although there's nothing wrong, we glorify God, of course. But as an artist, I feel like God given us a talent, and I would like to take that talent on a new level, and be creative and like just run with it. So like like my brother Sam said, I listen to a lot of Kings of Leon just like him. So, and I feel like like I listen to other bands, but like I feel like the bass player is like he's on a whole. I mean, like he's on a whole new level of bass playing. But I know he has his own influence too as well. So
Mhm.
From
Jared
Jared,
Falvo, yeah. But that's that's the whole.
And listen, there's nothing wrong with saying like, listen. When I first started out, there weren't a lot of hip hop. There weren't a lot of gospel
Right,
hip hop
yeah.
artists. So growing up, I listened to secular rap and secular hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of, until people like Corey Red and Grits and
Yeah.
Cross Movement and all these guys came out. You know what I'm
Grits,
saying? You
uh-huh.
had to go off of. I'm an old head, man.
Oh,
I'm very old.
we feel
school.
it. You feel it.
I'm
we
in my
need-
40s, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when I was rapping and I was doing this and that, I had to deal with those guys back then. But there wasn't a lot of people that used that creative. You know what I'm saying? Everything was that cookie cutter kind of thing, and it wasn't until, like I said, Cross Movement, and then hearing Corey Red and Precise come out and just be like super raw, like straight raw and uncut. You were like, whoa. There are some people coming up. So I understand what you guys don't. And listen, don't be. We just talking, man. Don't be.
No,
saying
yeah,
that,
no,
man.
no, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so if you listen, it'd be like, listen, I hate Christian music. Listen, it is what it is. Yeah,
No,
this
no,
is
we
this
don't-
is the raw
We
stuff.
don't-
we don't
We're
hate
talking
Christian
raw
music.
here, So, so who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
I like what you said about cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Kind of to pull off to what he said, a lot of Christian music is, and for the musicians out there, are kind of like a 4-chord progression, kind of like A, D, F sharp, E, A, and that's all cool. And I get down to Hillsong, I get down to Bethel, and all that stuff too.
You got to get your worship on. You
No,
gotta get your
absolutely,
worship
no.
on.
There's
You know what I
there's
mean?
nothing
Like,
wrong with that. But I feel like if we constrain ourselves to that, and I'm talking about us, it kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of like restricts us as artists because there's an art in music.
Yes.
So I will listen to people like Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon has played a big influence in us. A lot of people say we sound like them, and that's just we can't help it. That's our influence. But I'm actually pretty big right now with Local Natives. If you've heard of Local Natives, I'm into Third Eye Blind. It's kind of a '90s band. I love them.
Mhm.
I grew up on them. Matchbox 20. But I listen to everything. Like I'll listen to Miguel.
Okay.
You know, I'll listen to a lot of Christian artists too. Sam Menino is a good friend of ours. United by Christ Music. Recently, I heard it's coming out with great music too.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a big believer in supporting local
Yes.
music as well.
100%,
So that's the stuff, you know, the stuff that inspires me. We inspire each other, and but definitely that's where I'm at.
All right. One of my major influencers is a group called Need to Breathe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen them.
Love them.
Yeah, I've seen them twice already. I'm a huge fan of them. I also love Corey Henry and the Funk Apostles.
Okay.
I think that's where a lot of the influences of I would love to play like him. He is a complete beast. But the reason why is because when you're playing out in the festival or outdoors or wherever it is, the one thing that draws a lot of people is music. Music is a universal language, and if they hear some sort of beat, they almost come to the idea like, oh, let me check this out. And I like to incorporate a lot of that funk, a lot of the different stylings. Again, is passing those four chords and just bringing God and creativity into one circle. So definitely those two are top of my list.
Speaking as a guitarist, I could think of like maybe 4 influences that really have defined the way I play guitar. John Mayer, for one, is one way I really pretty much base off a lot of the way I play from him. Also an indie band called Bombay Bicycle Club. That also, there's some parts that I've took not took. Well, I mean, we all take as artists, but there's some parts from there that influence the way I play. Also, Kings of Leon, obviously, because we all kind of listen to it, so we all get that one solid foundation, I guess.
If you don't listen to Kings of Leon, you really have to, because the
Yeah.
whole band is up on them. So gotta get their stuff, okay?
They're great. They're
And-
great.
And one last thing, like the older Hillsong United stuff, there's like some lines and like some little parts
Yeah.
that they have, like that really, when I first started playing guitar, really influenced some of the ways that what I play and what I incorporate to the band as a guitarist.
So somebody watches this, I need to have them at my event. How do they get in touch with you guys?
Well, we do everything through email.
Okay.
The Red Letters Official at gmail.com. Send us the details of your event,
The deets.
the deets of your event, and someone will definitely get back to you and let you know if we're available. So, yeah, that's how you get in touch with us.
All right, website. Go.
Our website is www.trlband.com.
I didn't even know we had a website.
Didn't even know.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that part out. So,
Good, nah.
all right, social media.
Social media is the Facebook, the Red Letters, and our IG is also at the Red Letters.
Okay.
I was able to pay a guy $20 to take the name from him, so that we weren't the _red_. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
The Red Letters.
Everybody got to deal with that.
Yeah, the Red Letters, and Twitter, TRLNY. If you're into tweets like our president, but you can edit that out too. Anyway, yeah, Twitter, TRLNY, and personally, you want our tags or just the band? You follow the band,
Follow the
yeah.
band. You guys, I'm sure you
You'll
guys
find
all
our
tag
names
each
on
other
there.
anyway. I'm sure they tag each other.
Sometime.
Anyway. Sometimes. All right, so they have your social media. They know how to contact you. They know what music you have out, what music or where they can get your music. They know who influenced you. Where do you guys see? Where do you guys see the Red Letters in another 2-3 years? Like, where do you want to be? What do you expect to be? You know, because you're always your own biggest critic. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I know with myself when I was doing it, and even right now, you always want to get better. You always look at it, you critique it, and you're always the biggest critique. So where do you guys see yourself? What do you guys expect to be in another 2-3 years?
Who's kicking that? That's
Shut
a
it
great
down
question.
right there.
I go by these words that I heard from a singer called Jimmy Needham.
No.
He's a Christian artist, and I think in one of his songs he says, "If I was destined for the small stage, then he was okay with that." I'm paraphrasing. I would love 2-3 years from now to be playing huge Christian festivals, or not even Christian, just huge festivals, getting out there, getting our music known, But at the end of it all, and it took me a long time to say this. If like God has only destined us to be like what we are now, maybe a little more, as long as we bring Him glory through whatever we do, we touch the lives of whoever needs, basically wherever the darkness is, we want to be there. But professionally, we would love to like be at MSG right now.
Yeah, I got
You know, we like to be
Travel the world.
traveling the world. 2-3 years from now, that's where we see ourselves.
Boring.
But just like our song Tuyo says, our will is yours, and
Right.
if His will doesn't align with what we want to do, then we're willing to discard ours so that we can
Definitely,
do His. So.
definitely. And I align with that big time because when I was doing hip hop, I said, all right, Lord, I'm gonna continue with this until you tell me to shut it down. And for a while, I didn't listen. And I had to go through my struggles, and I had to go with issues with my family, and it was like, he kept saying, listen, you told me to tell you when it was time to shut it down. It's time to move on to other things.
Yeah.
And it took a while, but after a while, I'm like, all right, you know what? And 3 albums in, and I was just like, all right, it's time to shut it down. And that's what I did, man. So I respect that. You being saying, all right, listen, Lord, I'm going to go as far as you want me to go, regardless of how much. And this is a lot of talent right here, man. These guys, you got to get their music. You guys are on YouTube, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
You guys have stuff out there. Find them, the red letters. Just look for tags, all that kind of stuff. Listen to this. I mean, really, really good sounding. And even if you don't know Spanish, like they said, that music is a universal language.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know the words, you get that feeling. You get that feeling through the music. But I mean, super talented. And as much talent as they have in here, they're going to go as far as God wants them to go. And I respect the heck out of that. And
We
I'm
hope
sure
that's
other
far.
people out there
Yeah,
will.
we hope that's far.
Yeah. No, I hope it's far too. I would love to see you guys play them big stages, man. So, so we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys, honestly. Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so
Thank
much.
you
You
for
guys
having
came
us.
up from the Bronx and the city and all that
2
stuff
hours away.
up to Middletown, New York. Again, we're right here at QB Ball in Middletown, New York. Thank you to Nina and for allowing us to come in here and use her spot and her location. Last thing, a band coming up, kind of coming through the same stages you guys came through. Bit of advice from each of you. One thing. Could be mind blowing. It could just be the smallest thing in the world.
Great
One piece of advice
question.
to give a band like you guys coming up.
Number one is, despite whether the band blows up or just stays at a small stage, always remember humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to work with anybody who's arrogant. We fully acknowledge that our talents has nothing to do with us. God has provided this talent,
Amen.
and we obviously have practiced and whatnot. But just always remember where you came from. Humble yourself, because at the end of it all, it's not your talent. So
Boom. Humble yourself.
Good
What do we
one.
got next?
For like a drummer, basically, I would just say to just keep on going. Like my brother Moses said, stay humble all the time. Whether it's 10 people out there in the crowd or 10,000 out in the crowd, just keep giving your best, because
Yeah.
you never know who's watching, or you never know who's hearing you, and they can just get inspired. Just because there are 10 people there doesn't mean you have to play differently than if there was 10,000. So just keep going on, stay humble, and just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Boom. Stay humble. Always give it 110%.
Yes.
Boom.
One,
All right. What else we got?
one thing I also want to add on to what he was saying, I think also, well, for me personally, is like having patience and also just having fun with it, because
Having fun.
even in the times where there's like maybe like only like 3 people, 4 people, as long as you're having fun with it, I had a great drive. I had a great time laughing with the guys and then going out to the diner afterwards, even though if it was only like 3, 4 people in there, and it just having fun with it, and you'll never be disappointed. Obviously everything else they said, it's about God. It's about God's giving us the talent, but just have fun with it, and you'll never be disappointed.
There you go. Have
Good.
fun. Go ahead. What else?
Yeah, have fun. Keep striving, and just keep going for it. That's it.
Never give up. That's it.
I think a big one that I would give someone that's going through like our same thing would be ignore negative criticism. Ignore it. Like, we got kicked out of places like churches
Mhm.
because our music was too radical or too extreme sounding, and if we would have let that just stop us,
Yeah.
we wouldn't. I'm not here to boast or brag, but God has allowed us to play some pretty awesome
yeah,
stages with some
definitely.
awesome musicians, awesome and well-known artists. You know, just don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you. That lyric you wrote that you think sounds dumb and you crumbled up the paper and threw it somewhere, that can speak to somebody's life. And that's exactly what I did with our last single. I wrote it out, crumbled it up, threw it some corner in my room because I'm messy, and it turned out to be our biggest song. So just whatever you write, always have like a notepad, or that's old school, but have your note
I
app
still
ready.
write on notepads.
You think it's a random lyric?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
write
yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
It's something. It's
Yeah.
something. So that's definitely my advice.
So that's it, man. I mean, thank you guys again for coming up. Honestly,
Thank you.
Thank you all
Thank you.
for coming and chilling and relaxing. And I know there was an hour plus drive up here. I know I appreciate it. I hope the audience appreciates it. So they got all your information, your influences. They gave them advice. I mean, I think that's a show. I think that's a full show right there. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, guys. Season 2 of In the Element. Thank you to the Red Letters for coming up and rocking with me. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Hey.